Hello children, let us continue chapter 2 types of software. Let us first see the definition of what is software. So software is a set of programs that controls the operations of computer. So software is instructions given by the user. Software means it is a simple instructions given by the user. User means the people who are using the computer. So the software is a simple instructions given by the user used to control entire operations of the computer. So what we have to do with the computer? What are the different activities we can make use of the software? So these are the software with help of some instructions given by the user to control entire system. So this type of software is having two types. One is system software, another one is application software. So let us, in this session, we are just revise about this. What is mean by system software? Let's see the definition of system software. So system software is a program designed to control the operations of the computer system. The best example of this system software is an operating system. So any computer you can take. So without operating system, we can't access application software. So operating system is one of the major example of this system software. For example, so nowadays Windows 10 is well popularly used as a operating system in every computer. But in your book, the example is given as Windows 7. So Windows 7 is one of the best operating system activated by the every computer. With the help of this operating system, we can able to access different types of application software. The best example we can say as a Paint application or Word application or PowerPoint application or game application. All those examples are under this application software. So these are the best examples of application software. So in today's class, we just look over that different types of system software. Now let's see the definition of system software. The system software is an interface between application software, hardware of a computer. So this system software is an interface. Without the system software, we can't access any type of application software. You just imagine without operating system, how I able to access this application software. And also you just see, I'm having only a hardware, which is I'm having only a computer. I don't have any system software. I don't have any application software. Then how could you able to process your application software? So it is very big question mark. So in every computer, we must need this system software. So this system software acts as an interface between application software as well as any hardware component in our computer. Okay, let's see the different types of system software. Operating system, device driver, language translator, and utility software. So these are the four types, the system software. These are the four types of the system software. Okay, before that, another important note is given in your book. System software helps to run other software on a computer. This other software is made by application software. Okay, children. So this other software is nothing but application software. I already told you the example. You just take as a simple example as Paint application. Then game. Any game application you can take. So these are the two best examples of an other software applications. Okay, then next point is it manages the various hardware devices, helps in communication among them. Yes, it manages various hardware devices. So if you want to take a print, hardware devices means the computer also adopt different devices also. Maybe printer or scanner. So these are the other hardware devices able to attach in our computer. So this particular system software also, with the help of this software, we can able to take a print of a particular note, or also we can able to scan our images or text or whatever it is. So all these are coming under the managing of any other hardware devices. Okay, let us see one by one. First we can see what is an operating system. Yes, operating system is an interface between user and computer. So without operating system, we can't able to access any type of application software. So I already told you that. Here you can see the different pictures is given. So mostly in computer, we adopt only a Windows based operating system. So recently we have a Windows 10 is well popularly used by most of the users. Then iOS. This iOS is mainly designed for Apple company. Only that particular device, Apple company device only able to use this iOS operating system. And also we have different mobile operating system. We can have a Linux based operating system as well as Android. We well know Android is a mobile operating system. Okay children, now we can having a definition of this operating system. Let's see once again. An operating system is an interface between user and computer. When a computer is switched on, when you turn on the computer switch, the operating system is first software used to load it in a memory. What type of operating system you have installed in a computer, that will be loaded first. Suppose if you have a Windows base, it will be loaded that particular operating system to the memory. Then actually you can able to access with the help of various application. Let's see in some points of functions of an operating system. What this operating system can perform. So it will run all application software. Application software means game or paint or word or any type of software it able to run. It is also need some hardware to perform the particular task. If you want to take a print, with help of the printer is one of the type of hardware able to attach in the computer. So you can able to take the print. Adhe mari you can able to scan any text or image. You can use other hardware part called as scanner machine. You can scan your image or whatever it is. And also it can allocate things in your memory, computer memory. If you want to save the file, that should be allocated in a separate memory location. It helps to creation as well as deleting your files and folders. If you don't want any important files, you just delete it. And also you can manage the memory also. Data is stored in the memory. You can also manage the memory. So it is also keep track of processing the computer performance. We seeing what type of operations can done by the computer. Everything we can able to keep track on it. Next one is device driver. So the different types of devices are printer, speaker, hard disk or DVD. Some drives already in our computer, D drive, E drive like that. And also digital cameras, scanner, image scanner. All these are other devices. All these are hardware devices, or we can also call it as a peripheral devices. All the things are attached with our computer. So this is known as device driver. The third point. So then third type is a language translator. Let's see what is that. So children, computer doesn't know the alphabets and all. If you type any word in the computer, it doesn't know how to read. But it only knows the computer language. Computer language means computer machine language. Only two possible values. They are 0 and 1. Which is also called as binary digits or binary number. Yes, computer cannot understand human language. It doesn't know what is A, what is B, what is C and all. It only know machine language, which is known as also called as binary language. Only two possible values. One is 0, another one is 1, which is also called as binary digit. Okay students, let's see what is language translator. There are three types. First type is assembly language. Let's see what is assembly language. Anything typed in your computer. So imagine this is a computer. Any word or information you are typed in the computer, this assembler is converted all the informations into machine readable form. So that is zeros and ones. Every instructions given by the user in the computer, all the information is converted into zeros and ones with the help of this assembler. So assembler is one of the software coding used to translate all the details, all the informations into a machine readable form. Let's see the definition. It is a translator that translates the program written in an assembly language into machine language. So what are the instructions given by the user? It will be converted in the form of machine language. The second type is interpreter or compiler. Likewise, assembler, interpreter is compiler is also translate human readable information into a machine readable form. So this is an example of compiler and interpreter. More or less both are same. So what are the instructions you can given by the computer? For example, I am just given here one problem assigning in a C program. It is one of a program. So you just see, you know, the variables are there, values are there. Some add formula is there, C is equal to A plus B. I am adding those two numbers, but computer doesn't know it is a value of A is 10. Doesn't know how to read the values. So with the help of this compiler and interpreter, so all the details, all the instructions in English words is automatically converted in the form of zeros and ones. So the computer only knows this machine language used to perform the calculation. Okay children, so with help of this language translator, so all the instructions given by the user automatically converted zeros and ones with the help of assembler, compiler as well as interpreter. Now we can see the last type of system software, which is known as utility software. So at what time we can use this utility software? Any problem in your computer, if you want to take any backup data, backup information in your computer, then you can go for backup. Suppose if you want to, suppose any corrupted files, you don't able to take retain back. So at that time the backup and restore will be able to help you to return back your data and informations. Then another example of utility software is disk defragmenter as well as antivirus. These are the some examples of utility software. Let's see one by one. So imagine you can have a start button in your computer. Go to start button, type backup. Then you can select one of the option called as backup and restore. So go to start, type here as backup. From the backup and restore, select that particular option. After a control panel window will appear on the screen, here you can select the setup backup. So select the setup backup. After selecting that, the setup backup dialog box will appear on the screen. Here you can select the different destination location where you have to take the backup. For you can able to take the backup in your pen drive or a CD drive or new particular folder. You can select your destination location. After selected the location, you just click the next button. After next, so you can choose one of the option called as let me choose. Then click next button. So automatically it will take all your files and data in your backup copy. So look at this picture. In volume particular folder, all your data and information will be stored in this particular F drive. So automatically if any file is corrupted, you can take back all your data from this particular drive. So now we can move on to the topic disk defragmenter. So this is the example of picture of hard disk. So look at the difference. So here the shaded portion is called your data, your files. But see how it is arranged. It is scatteredly arranged, but it is in this picture all your data is arranged in a order. Let's see the definition. A hard disk store data in small pieces. So it is divided into rings. All the rings are concentric rings. It is divided as a tracks as well as sector. So look at this picture. It is a hard disk. Each rings is a separated rings. as like a concentric circles. So each circle is separated by separator, which is called as a selector. So this circle is called as a track. Each track have a selector, that is a separate location. All this location your files will be stored. The shaded portion, which is called as your files, your data is stored in this particular hard disk. So if you want to store means the read and write head helps to store all the data in your hard disk. See here all your files are scattered, but it is not like that. So you have to arrange all the data in a one form. So let's see how to arrange all the data, scattered data into one form. So you have to arrange the scattered data into like this. So you have to do disk defragmenter. Let's see how to do it. So in your computer, go to start menu, type disk defragmenter, select the option as disk defragmenter. So here you have to analyze the disk. Afterwards, analyzing the disk, you have to select defragment disk. So if you done all these options, automatically your data will be arranged in one order. Okay students, let's see the last one, final one, antivirus. You know why we are install our antivirus in our mobile as well as in a computer. So it automatically scan and detect and correct the problems arise in our computer system as well as in our mobile system. So mostly the antivirus used to detect the computer virus and remove off that computer virus. Okay students, so that's all for today's class. So go through this video carefully and learn about all the types of system software. Once again, what are the 4 types of system software? Operating system, device driver, language translator as well as utility software. So go through carefully. So in next session we can continue what is application software. Thank you children.